Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Friendship Dawn podcast. This week is the week of December 12th, 2021. I am Ivan, and with me today is my partner in crime.
It's Skylar. Hello.
Um, we are unfortunately gonna have to go through the podcast a little bit quickly, because I made the unfortunate decision of waking up at like 7 this morning, for reasons that will be explained later. And the caffeine is no longer starting to work, and I kind of need to drive Skylar home, which will be an ordeal, given that it is currently December in Washington.
Yeah. It's snowy outside. Oh my goodness.
So how about the weather? No, fuck that. We're moving past that.
Okay. Cool.
I didn't even open Skyfall yet.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Get your shit together.
Lapse of Certainty.
What is this?
It's 2 and a white. I love the art. Instant counter target spell. If the spell is countered this way, put it on top of its owner's library instead of into that player's graveyard.
Wow. Man, the quality of these random cards is fucking abysmal, huh?
This card's like really good, actually.
What? It's 3 mana, not really counter target spell?
I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking of Memory Lapse, and like Memory Lapse is like actually insane. Which is 2 mana and blue for the same effect.
Ah.
But the thing about Memory Lapse is like you put it back on top of their library, so you basically counter the spell.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
The thing is, like, they're still down a card, right? They still lose most of the stuff with it, and if you counter like this punishes people for like testing against counter spells, right? Because they play a spell that's like not very good.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of just blank their next draw step. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they just play a 3 mana 3/3 into your like Memory Lapse, and then you just like they put it on top of their library, and then they're like, "Fuck, I have to draw that 3 mana 3/3 next turn." Now, Lapse Uncertainty is way worse because it costs 3 mana.
Yeah.
And it's, I mean, being white is like, okay, I don't know. It's a really interesting design for white. I think white should have more counter spells, and this is like a good one. But maybe if it was like costed more efficiently, it would be like more reasonable. And also a big problem with this card is, of course, it was in standard with Cascade, so really it didn't do anything.
Oh, yeah, because when you cast a Cascade spell, you get a free spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
And then your opponent sits there with the Bloodbraid Elf and the Lightning on the stack, and the Lapse of Certainty on their hand, and they go, "Guess I'll die then."
Yeah, you can't really. You don't want to put either of those two spells.
Yeah.
On top of your.
So do you counter the free spell and basically beat down a card, and they put like gas on top of their library?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you counter the Bloodbraid Elf, and then they get to cast another Bloodbraid Elf next turn?
Yeah.
And you're down like 2 cards, and then you're just like fucked. Like.
Yeah.
This is really an interesting one for today.
Yeah. This is probably the most interesting random card of the day we've had.
Yeah.
All right, moving on though.
Yeah, I think we're gonna move on to the weekly work section of the podcast.
Cool beans. All right. Let's pull out our phones, get our note apps open.
Yep.
We got.
Note app.
Oh man. All right. Good. So. All right. So I was on free bet and over in pit 3.
Mm-hmm.
Not particularly busy.
Yeah.
There's this couple who's at the table. They're
Mm-hmm.
playing. They're both a little tipsy. One of them is like way tipsier.
Yeah.
And I'm about 10 minutes into my shift. Or not shift, but into the push. And she's like,
push.
"How old are you?" And I'm like, 24.
I just act like I don't hear that question. I never answer that question.
Really?
Yeah.
That's an interesting tactic that I never thought of before.
I had a dude ask it 5 times in a row. They'd be like, "Can you hear me?" And I was like, "What?" I looked at him. I said, "How old are you?" And then I just looked back down at the cards.
Wow, that's a really Chad move coming from you. I would not expect something like that from you. But I know you're tired, so I'll be a little quicker about this.
No. Keep going.
Okay.
Don't want to ruin the stories because.
Man. So she was like, "How old are you?" And I was like, 24. And normally, the response I get is, "Wow, you look like you're not even old enough to be here." And I'm like, "Yep. God, you're so funny. Fuck, you're fucking hilarious."
Get that insecurity a lot too.
Yeah.
Oh, you look like you. See, that's why I don't tell anybody.
God. That's
it's like you look like you're like 16. Are you even allowed to work in security? And it's like,
get the fuck out of this establishment that you're not supposed to be in.
Yeah, fucking leave. Right? Because it's their way of like, hey, I have like I have power over you in like a form of like ageism. Ageism. And it's just like, nah, you're just an idiot. Like, yeah.
So normally that's what I get. But
right? Because when I used to work security, like the first time somebody asked me my age, and I was like, oh, I'm I don't know, like 20 at the time or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, you look like you're 16. You shouldn't even be working. And then, right? And the next time someone asked me, and I was just like, yeah, you need to leave. They're like, well, what's your age? And it's like,
point at the
doesn't
door.
matter.
Get the
fuck out of
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, leave.
My favorite was a person that was like, you racially profiled me, which is against the Constitution. And then I was like, I had recently done an academic paper on racial profiling, and I was like, well, actually, no, this specific case, X and Y, states that.
Oh, wow. Oh, you like academically dumpstered this other human being.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick.
I rules lawyered to this homeless person.
But like with the U.S. Constitution.
Yeah, but like with it's not really a constitutional matter. It's like because it's in case law.
Oh, it's
whatever.
a Supreme Court. It's a Supreme Court ruling, or
I don't know if it's a Supreme Court. I not remember.
A long time since you've done that paper, huh? Yeah,
it's been a long time.
Right.
But it was really weird, and the verdict was really bad, anyways.
No, that sucks.
Yeah. It was basically like, well, we know that black people are in gangs, so if we're looking for a gang member, you should be able to search any black person you see, which is like a really
that's a fun ruling.
Yeah, that's a
wow.
Actually, oh wait, no. It wasn't like that. It was like that, but it was like very slightly different. It was like, you can't search someone just because they're black. But if they're black and they're like wearing a hoodie like gang members do, there you go. That like it's like part of the context can be that they are the race of the specified gang. But the entire context can't be that.
Oh.
Right?
Cool.
Which is like
really trying to have your cake and eat it too.
Really trying to, really putting the cart before the other cart.
Yeah, none of it works. All right, that's a good analogy. Anyways, I guess I can tell a small anecdote about my racial profiling story, which there was a gentleman, just who was like had been walking around the store, and they left the store, and my manager at the time was like, hey, could you like see if that dude stole anything, and like could you like go check out the window, or like just make sure he's not like stealing something.
And
I was like, sure. So in the back of the gas station there are like big walls that are just basically windows.
Yeah.
And so I walk over there, And the dude's just like walking past. I'm watching him, and he leaves out of sight. Like, well, I did my job. I go back to the register. Was like, it didn't look like he's had anything. I couldn't see anything else.
Yeah.
Go back to the register, and a lady comes up to me and is like, I really don't appreciate that you racially profiled me. And I was like, what? And she was like, I was back there minding my own business, and you came back and you racially profiled me. And I was like, and then remembered that when I went back there to look at the dude, there was a lady back there who was like munching on something. And I was like, that was not. And then I was like, it's not. I'm sorry. That's not how I was trying to make you feel. And she then yelled at me for another 2 minutes and left without buying anything.
Hey.
And I was like, sweet. This is how my night's gonna go.
Nice. A really good one was that, like, there's a guy who kept coming to the train station with his bike and then, you know, like, setting up camp, basically. And, like, hanging out. And then, like, one day I just get there, you know? And he's, like, his bike is in front of the bathroom door. He's, like, he's doing all, like, he's got his fucking tent out, basically, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then, like, I'm in the process of kicking him out, and I'm like, really, really I have to deal with this guy. The end of my shift, the last bus hasn't left yet, and everyone's mad at. Well, everyone's just mad because the last bus is, like, fucking 5 hours late because it was supposed to leave at, like, 1 when I got here, or, like, at, like, 5 p.m. when I got here, but it's still fucking here.
At 1.
Or, yeah, like, 10 p.m. or whatever.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, like, I'm just like, no, dude, you need to, like, I keep telling you, man, you're gonna get trespassed if you keep coming back here. You can't keep coming back here. And then he starts just, like, yelling at me about how I'm racist. And the other dude comes up. He knows me and he knows Derek, right?
Yeah.
The guy who's supposed to relieve me.
Yes.
He walks up. He's like, what's going on here? And he's like, and then he looks at the other security guard and he goes, this is racist. Whoa. And then, like, the other security guard just looks at him, looks at me, looks back at him, and he's like, that's black, what?
Oh my god.
And then, like, that was the best ending to the shift ever because then the dude just, like looked at the at the other security guard back at me, at the other security guard back at me, and he, like, looks at the security other guy and he's like, really? And he's like, yeah, I know he's our boss.
Wow. Oh my god. Oh damn.
And the dude was just like shrugs and picks up his bike and leaves. Never see him again.
Holy shit, that's incredible. That is fucking wild. Alright. Resuming the story. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, turns out we can talk about nothing, like, all day.
Yeah.
Anyways, as a recap, couple sitting at free bet blackjack, pit 3. They're both a little tipsy. One's way tipsier than the other. And she's like, how old are you? And I'm like, 24. Oh, yeah. And normally I'm used to, wow, you don't even look like you're old enough to be here. And she comes out swinging with, wow, you're old enough to be best friends with my kid. And I'm like,
that's an interesting one.
Oh, okay, yeah. And this rabbit hole goes so deep. It just, like, escalates so fast. Like, from, yeah, you could be old enough to be, like, my kid's best friend, to, you could be old enough to have a sleepover at my place with my kids. And, like, she's very clearly, like, drunk.
Yeah.
And trying to be nice.
Yeah.
Like, she thinks that she is being charming. I have no issue with this.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, this person doesn't really understand what they're saying, and is just having a good night. So I'm just like, oh, that's funny. I just continue to be like, yeah, just God, what's some stuff yeah, I could make you spaghetti for dinner. And I was like, yeah, I love. Yeah, wow, I love spaghetti. And that is when I don't make eye contact with her significant other, but I do see that he is not happy with the situation that is transpiring. And he's trying to be like, babe, you're being like a little creepy. And it climaxes with, I can make you breakfast in bed. And that's when her husband was like, okay, hun, we need to calm down. You're being a little creepy.
Yeah.
And I'm laughing because I don't want to make the situation intensely more awkward by being like, yeah, you're being creepy, or like being upset or being quiet.
Yeah.
I rely on my base defense mechanism for social situations which are difficult to deal with, which is chuckle. So I'm, because that's all I got, man. That's the only weapon I have against this incredibly dire situation that has come to pass.
Yeah.
And they leave, right? So I'm dealing to a couple other people. They leave to go get drinks.
Yeah.
And I assume that while they were gone, they had some sort of talk where he was like, I really need you to be like, you're like at a 15, and I need you at like a 5.
Yeah.
Because they come back and she's simmered down a little bit. She still makes a comment that's like, it's so funny that you and my kid could have been best friends. And the husband is like, remember, hun, let's try not to be creepy. And she's like, I know, I'm sorry. And then resume like blackjack, and it was so wild. It was just like, a lot to unpack there.
Yeah. Okay. I've got a sick story.
Let's hear it.
I'm at the quarter table, right?
Nice.
Dealing out hands. Stuff's going normal, right? Guy's a little upset. They're losing a little bit. Hit a 21 or whatever,
Yeah.
Table's like, one half of the table's like, one half being, of course, like one person.
Oof. Yeah.
Is like, this is stupid. How come the dealer never breaks ever? Jeez.
Yeah. Pretty typical stuff.
And the other guy's just like, he's just doing his job, man. Don't know. He's
white knighting.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. It's a little weird. It's not like complete white knighting, but it's like, I mean, you just gotta like play the game,
Mm-hmm.
And like, that's the dynamic that both of them have towards me. The dynamic they have with each other is like, we're the best blackjack players in the world. We understand each other to the greatest means possible. We both know how to play blackjack, and everybody else doesn't. And that's everybody else's problem.
Oh my god! And they're on the quarter table.
Where
the saltiest players gather.
Yeah. So, anyways, things aren't going great. The guy who's like pretty cool with me, probably due to some straight flushes and trips in the past.
That'll do it.
Yeah. He's like, Ivan, I'm sorry, you gotta give me something or I'm leaving the table at the end of the shoe. What he means is I'm gonna leave the end of the shoe. Obviously he's saying, or I'm gonna leave this table immediately. Right? Yeah. Over and over again. Yep. And then like the first person keeps going like, how come he never breaks? It's fun. You're a wizard. How dare you destroy me? Like,
it's mathematically impossible.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man.
And then, here's the layout of the table. There's a few people that are coming in between them and like going in and out.
Okay.
I think no, it's just them. It's just on this end.
Okay.
But there's 4 hands at the table, 2 each, right?
All right.
Dude's got a 9, a 12. There's like 18 and 20 for the other dude.
Sure.
I've got like an 8 up.
Okay, yeah.
Dude looks at the other guy and says, "You double the 9 versus an 8?" And the guy says, "Oh, every time." Guy pulls out his extra money. Doubles. Of course, you know what happens next. He gets a 2.
Nice.
Next, a conflux of things begin happening. A person walks up to the table, puts money on the table, puts their card on the table, you know.
Mm-hmm.
They're ready to buy in. The 2 people are talking to each other.
Mm.
Every time you double a 9, it's always like a 2 or a 3. It's never a good hand. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. There's me, the dealer.
Yeah.
So what do dealers do? They look to keep the game moving forward, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
This guy just doubled a 9 to an 11.
Mm-hmm.
Got a 12 right there. His hand is waving over the 11.
Mm-hmm.
I sit there, or I'm standing, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Standing there, looking at his hand waving over the 11. I'm saying...
You figuratively sit there. I get you.
Yeah. It's maybe like 3 seconds. You know how it is. 3 seconds feels like 4 years in the moment, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just looking at the hand, you know. Want to get this hand over with, get that person in, get them playing.
Mm-hmm.
Don't want these 2 people to shit talk for the next hour and a half while I just stand there and stare at them.
Yeah.
And he's just, you know, waving his hands.
Mm-hmm.
So I point at the 12 and I say, "You're staying there?" And he says, "Yes."
Did you announce that it was a 12?
So here's what happened. I went like 9, 11. Okay. Look at the new person.
Yep.
Look back at the hand. 12. You staying there? I didn't it wasn't immediate. It was like 12.
Well, you did announce the number.
Yeah.
That's what I needed. That's a very important context for this.
Cool.
Okay.
And I look over to the other guy. Obviously, he's not a moron, right?
Mm-hmm.
18, staying. 20, staying. Cool. Flip it over. I have 11, or I have a 12. 4 and 8. Hit a 9.
Oh,
21.
That's going to say.
I didn't wave that.
Oh, bud.
I'm not trying to be difficult, but I didn't wave that. I don't know what you were doing because I didn't wave that. Call the floor over. I began explaining my case.
Yes.
Of course. I'm like, he's saying he didn't wave that. He had his hand waving over the 11. I asked him if he was staying on the 12. He said, yes.
Mm-hmm.
The dude, of course, goes to make his case.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just came from Spanish.
What? Oh my god.
And in Spanish, you can double. And it's so bad, the thing I wanted to say was, yeah, you would have doubled that 11 anyways. Told me in Spanish, you're staying on 11?
Oh my god, that weasel. I just got back from Spanish. Like, I didn't know any better. I thought I was still in Spanish, even though there's not a single Spanish table on this side of the pit, and also I would have doubled on the 11. Because I'm a degenerate.
And the floor just goes like... So you can't back up the cards. You can still hit if you want to hit. Hits 4, 16. Hits 24. Loses the money anyways.
Yeah, he couldn't have.
Yeah, that's silent the rest of the time.
Nice. He couldn't have won that hand.
No, he could have pushed. He was really lucky.
Oh man, God, that's so good. Oh.
Actually, I think he was like, I just came from Spanish, so you were like double on the Spanish table, and then I think I said to him, like, yeah, you would have doubled that 11 on Spanish though. And then that's when he stopped talking. That's when he was just like,
ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Oh man, nice. So I don't have any other stories written down, but I do have the scribblings of a madman about a dream I had, which I could recite.
We'll do that when I get a dream I can remember.
Huh?
We'll do that when I can get a dream I can remember.
Okay, I don't remember the dream.
Oh, okay.
I have it written down. I have no memory of it.
Oh, okay.
And it is...
I have a really funny story from Pit 3.
Let's see. I don't have any good stories. I could... I'm just... No, I've got no stories.
Okay. Pit 3, on just a blackjack table. I come up, like 3 people just leave. Or sorry, 2 people leave. There's like a girl there, and then who's like real tipsy, you know?
Wait, did they leave because they see you get to the table, and they're like, not this guy, not this man?
No. They leave because they're going out for a smoke. Or something.
Okay.
Yeah. It was very unrelated. I just happened to show up, and they're like, "Oh, it's a good point to like go walk outside for a minute." They like asked if they could bring their chips with them. Yes.
I don't.
Do you want me to turn them into green ones? And they were like, no. It was like $50 at most.
It still bugs me. It still bugs me. Because it's fine when you have red, but whenever you're like down to the bare bones of any color, it's a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
Because it's just a constant struggle of being like, how do I make it so that I can always pay people and never run out of the money I need? Just doing mental acrobatics to try and be like, okay, I can pay them a green. Okay, they've split 4 hands. I don't have enough red to pay all of their hands, but on a couple of the hands, I can pay them a green chip and then take 2 of their red chips and lock them back up. And then I can pay them with those red chips and still have net 0 red chips. Just like constantly scrambling to never run out of red chips it's the worst. It's absolutely nightmarish.
I don't quite have that, but if I'm down to like one stack of red on either side, or sorry, if I'm down to 1 stack of red on both sides, I'm just going like everything in green. Also, if people play 25 in reds, like I just like immediately start paying that out in green. Right? Like they got 5 reds out there. I'm just like splash them, here's a green.
Yeah. I'm getting to the boiling point where it might not be the next time or the time after that, but the time after that one, the next time, like that time that person goes, "Oh, pay me out in red, please," I'll probably just say no. No. And splash out their chips to show them that they have 25 in red. And then gesture to it, and then give them a green chip.
You can pay me in reds. That's fine.
Yeah,
sure, okay. I've had it happen a few times actually, where like I have like maybe I don't think I've ever been to like just like 50 reds and someone says it, but like I'm down to like maybe 300 in red in the rack. And there's like 2 empty seats at the table, and then someone has like $30 out there. Then I start taking out the green chip, and they're like, "You can pay me in red." And then I'm just like, green, 1 red, splash them, put them out there, and then they're always like, or not, I guess, and it's like,
correct.
Yep,
I apologize for interrupting your story.
I will not be paying you in red. It's always on like Spanish too.
Of course. Of course it is.
Why don't you just pay on Spanish? My favorite is like black or green, no red. Bets 50 in red. Or sorry, or black or red, no green. Like bets 50 in red. It's like no. Yeah, only if you promise me that you will never play another hand. Only if this is your last hand at the casino ever.
Ever.
And then I will pay you 50 reds, and then you will color up and leave.
For all of eternity, you will have been banished.
That is the only occasion in which I am paying you $50 in red chips.
You know what? So a lot of the time I say we should get one free slap. Just be like, for players that are being assholes at the table. I think I'm changing that. Be less violent and more dramatic. I wish everyone got one free banishment. I wish every dealer that dealt at the casino could banish one player from the casino eternally. No questions asked. Just immediately barred for life.
Yeah. Anyways, back to my story.
Definitely.
One girl is incredibly tipsy and getting tips from another girl who has no idea what she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, basic shit.
Basic casino stuff, yeah.
Basic,
Casino 101.
Basic stuff, 16, stay against the face.
Always, every time. Never hit the 16, you could bust.
And then we get to a point where the girl who's teaching the other girl the little bits that she knows. She gets 12. 12. She's always says. Because if you hit two sixes, you get a third six. 6, 6, 6. If that ever happens at a table, I always split my sixes so I can stay at the table. Just in case the next card is a... What?
Third six is still the third six you hit out. Is it now just 6, 6, and 6?
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I think this every time it happens. I go, oh no, that's Satan's number. He owns that one. This is bad. He's trademarked that number, which is associated with a bad thing, which means something bad's gonna happen. Because those three numbers are all on top of each other. And Satan owns that one.
So I've thought it a few times too, where I hit out to 18 and I go triple sixes. Spooky.
Ooh.
Especially in the dealer spot, they're all out in front of everybody and you can see them. It's right? Funny.
You know who I work for now.
And it's great because it's actually a crappy hand.
Yeah, that's almost guarantees a table win. Because 18 is just so not good. It's so middling.
Well, but the actual big thing is that you have a 6 up, so everyone stays on their 13s. You hit out to 18.
Yeah, I will admit that is yes.
Anyways,
which is why it's bad luck.
Yeah. Anyways, she just keeps talking about this. I was surprised how much she talked about it. She proceeds to get double sixes 5 times.
Oh fuck me.
I counted 5 times.
Oh my god.
And not only did she get it 5 times, but she was drunk enough to explain the reason to split sixes every time.
Baby.
She got a pair of 6s.
Just in case you forgot, because she forgot.
I thought that was incredibly fun.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I've got a story that I remembered that I should have written down. And I wanted to title it, Dude I Thought Was Cheating Was Actually Just Stupid. So, I'm at UTH 3, which is in the non-smoking pit.
Yeah.
Not usually busy. There's 2 people there. One is playing my far left, one is playing my far right. I get to the table, about 4 hands in, I notice the dude on my right is already tapping his cards. But I haven't put... So, the rule on UTH is that folks have to wait until all the cards are out of the shuffler and until they can look at their cards.
Yeah.
So I'll go to take the cards out of the shuffler, and I'll notice he's checking.
Yeah.
And I think, dang it, I forgot to remind him he's not supposed to look at his cards.
Yeah.
And it's so slow, and it's like the start of my shift, so I'm a little, like, just not into it yet.
Yeah.
And I miss it. I miss it, like, 3 times, right?
Mm-hmm.
I see him do it again, like, checking, and I'm like, dang it, I forgot again. So this time, I'm like, all right, I'm going to watch him the whole time this time to make sure. And it turns out he doesn't even look at his cards. No 4 or 3 betting for this man. No hand could possibly be good enough. Pocket aces, not good enough. Ace king suited, nope, never taken that chance. I always check my first hand. And I was like, what? Who is this alien? Who is this, like, dumb? Like, that's where you have to, like, try and win some of your money back on UTH, because it's so bad. Like, that game, you lose so much money. It's like $20 a hand minimum for the cheapest possible game. And you're not even checking your cards in case you get pocket aces. Because I know every time I hear, like, oh, pocket aces, oh, God, man, I feels like I always lose with this hand. You don't. You don't always lose. You're fucking lying. And you're stupid. You're the dumbest human being who's ever played this game. You should always bet as much as you can on that hand.
You've only ever lost with pocket aces every single time if you've been playing UTH for 2 hours and this is your second time getting pocket aces.
You only think. It's only your horrible...
I always seem to lose with pocket aces.
Oh, God,
I remember
weird.
back in 2007, I had pocket aces and the dealer turned over quad kings.
I lose every... It's like I can't remember a time where I've won with pocket aces. Oh, that's... Because you don't. Because you remember... This dude took it to the extreme. There was no possible hand. Nothing. Not even... Nothing. He would never check his hand. Ever. Which is... I was both upset and flabbergasted because I was like, what the fuck? You made me think you were cheating. Fuck you. You're actually just... What the fuck? You're actually just playing this game really bad. And I thought you were, like, doing the opposite. I'm so mad. Oh, whatever, fine. Lose all your money. God. And then, of course, the dude I dealt to yesterday was like... Sorry. Was like... He just would 4-bet like everything. I watched him 4-bet like a Jack 7 unsuited. And, of course, he would win, which would encourage him to do it more on like 9-3 unsuited. He was just like, whatever. Just like... Oh, God.
My favorite thing. 7 unsuited. Which is... just this ace is gonna win.
I mean,
I'm going to win on this ace. And I fucking believe 4 times my best just on
it's pretty good. The ace is like pretty good.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
This
any
reminds
of
me
that.
of a board game I played today.
Wait, really?
Called Rapscallion.
Fucking, you always play board games without me.
Sorry, I go to play in a Magic tournament, and then no one shows up for the Magic tournament. So me and Nick play a board game that he wants to show me.
I thought all you did was play Magic.
All I do is play Magic at my house.
All you do is play Magic with me, and all I want to do is play fucking board
We'll
games.
play less intensive board games.
Talk about this later.
Okay, everybody. We're going to go on break. See you back in the Friendship Dawn podcast very soon. Hello, everyone. Taking a break from the podcast to tell you all to subscribe to the Patreon at patreon.com/IvanTT. That's IVANTT. It's how you help support the podcast, how we get all of our stuff together, and you get a sick bonus in that all Patreons with the tier 2 or higher get a shout out. So quick shout out to Thunderbird145, who is our current tier 2 patron. Thank you, everyone, and back to the podcast. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Friendship Dawn podcast. We're moving on to the anime attack today.
Ooh.
Big warning, just in case this is the first time you've ever heard our beautiful voices. We're just gonna spoil shit. We're just gonna go for it.
Yep.
If you haven't seen it yet, then this is like a teaser. You know, you wouldn't know the cool stuff.
Yeah, I would say go watch it, but
It is JoJo.
it's JoJo. And for anyone who, oh man,
JoJo Part 6, the first half.
Yep. Not even really like season 1, just like the first 12 episodes of season 1 of the 6th part of JoJo. In this part, it's prison time.
I will say,
Crime Lady.
I did not like the first half of the part.
Really?
Like the first 6-ish episodes.
What? Did you have a problem with our main character, Jolene Cujo, like getting naked and getting strip searched? Was that? Oh, okay.
Not really.
It's just shit.
Yeah, I did not mind that.
I'm glad. That explains why you can watch JoJo. Because I also don't mind, but it makes it really fucking hard to watch that shows like that with other people, because you're like,
okay, I will
man,
say in the later half,
I don't know how they're gonna react to this.
Yeah.
Like, how are they gonna react to the piss?
Yeah.
What are they gonna think of the piss? Oh no.
Yeah, the piss scene was fucking awful.
Oh no, what are they gonna think of the piss?
I do not want to think about the piss ever again, and the piss is the worst. The worst part of this, for sure.
I remember it being more important than it ended up being, which is fucking insane.
Problem.
Yeah, and a problem that either me or JoJo has. And I'm gonna go with both.
Yeah, probably. Because
it was significant.
No. It's a problem that JoJo has.
Yeah, it was significant in part 5.
I don't remember what it was in part 5, and please don't remind me.
But okay. No, you don't want to. No. You cannot bait me with shit like that. After
Okay.
immediately after saying, "Don't remind me of it," because now that's all I want to talk about.
Okay. No more gross stuff, especially not stuff from not this part of JoJo that we're watching right now.
You're right. That part was horrible and should never have ever have been animated.
I thought part 5 was okay. Anyways, on to Stone Ocean. The part that I was really this is gonna be a good part was FF.
Me too. I love FF.
FF is
she
great.
didn't get enough screen time at all. She's
That's
so
what
great.
I thought too.
Oh.
What's the other girl's name? Isa? No, Isa's from.
Let me get the wiki.
Fuck. What's her name? I don't know. It's the girl that
with Kiss. Her stand is Kiss. Smack.
Oh yeah.
Smack. Her stand is Smack. Sorry. So we watch the dubbed version, and in the dub, every name of every superpower is just the name of a band, which are all copywritten. Means you can't say them.
Yeah. like portray them.
Yeah, you can't attach it to something's identity, right?
Yeah.
Like they could, if they wanted to sell merch, like there would be an issue.
Yeah.
So all the like dubbed names are
Hermes.
Hermes. Yeah, Hermes.
Hermes. Yeah, Hermes. She is. I don't know. Her stand, very cool. Character herself, not a big fan of. I like Jolene a lot more than I like Hermes.
I am actually. It's so nice to have a JoJo main character who is not an absolute blank slate.
Jolene?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's not as emotive as... She doesn't really have as much of an identity as Kujo or... Jotaro or Josuke. But, like, she's got a little bit of that. Like, she's punk. Kind of.
Wait. Oh, Josuke's part
3. Jotaro is part 3. Josuke is part 4.
Yeah.
He's my favorite Joestar. Oh, God, he rules. Josuke's the best.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Jolene's pretty cool. Her stand ability's kind of whack. Specifically, I don't understand why making threads takes like parts of her body out.
It's just how the ability works.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, you really gotta detach yourself from like how superpowers work, and how stands work. Otherwise, you're gonna spiral down this rabbit hole of just being angry all the time because no cohesive line. No cohesive line. They don't follow any of the rules they set. They're just it's no rules, all wrong. No rules, just wrong with stands.
Yep. Anyways,
I think it's cool. I can't help
another
myself.
one of my favorite characters is Weather Forecast.
Oh my god. Ugh. Weather Forecast. Sweet summer child. Oh man.
I don't get the thing that's like, oh yeah, the only way he'll talk to you is if he gets like real close and whispers like sensually into your ear.
Nothing to get. Araki is just weird. Like there's nothing to get. Araki was just like this dude act.
Yeah, I also like how Pale Snake refers to him as Weather Forecast, despite the fact that he probably knows his real name.
Which would be really cool. But because JoJo really walks this tightrope line of being like a sort of mystery anime, it also like doesn't want to give away information that will make you go, oh, right?
Oh no. No, the problem is that Araki hadn't thought of a name for Weather Forecast.
Oh man, I hate that you might actually be right. It makes me so mad. I respect him so much. I love JoJo so much. I'm sure that might not be true, but not 100%. I'm not 100% on the fact that that might not be the truth. So, yeah, I think that...
Also, I really love the ending with the poison and dart frogs.
Oh, you see that and you're like, yes, this is for me. Yes, please, more of this.
Yes. This is pure JoJo.
This is pure JoJo. It's so nice. Oh man. Man, I wish the rest of the seasons.
You know what they say.
Like this.
Sometimes it rains frogs. So now Weather Forecast can make it rain poison dart frogs.
Oh my god.
Also,
it's so many like leaps of logic for the superpower to work is crazy. So I can control the weather. So because sometimes fish and amphibians and even sheep have been known to rain down, like, quote unquote, like, not literally rain down, like, as in, like, the particles of the sheep form in the air around, like, dirt particles and condense and then fall to the earth because of gravity, but, like, figuratively, but people call it rain down, means that I can rain down a type of frog that exists on the planet.
And then also, I love the whole thing where Pale Snake's like trying to get out of the fucking hallway, and then everyone's an incompetent, scared little bitch.
Oh my god!
And Pale Snake's
Get over here! You need to. I run this prison. You literally take orders from me. Get over here and help me out. Man, you right? You so right. I really gotta go. Like I should tell somebody about this. I gotta go. And Pale Snake is just like, fuck you, Disc. Fuck. Kill that guy. Also, why he throws the disc into the frog? Why does the frog explode? What about?
Because the frog. So the frog explodes specifically because
yes,
it can't handle the stand power it's been given.
Oh no, you're right. That's upsetting.
I also love I covered myself with live frogs because if frogs fall on live frogs, they're less likely to explode and create poisonous. But like, had any of them fallen on one of the frogs and actually exploded, you would just be dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Pale Snake should have just won that fight. Like, this is another perfectly good example where the hero of our story had, like, zero chance to win.
Yeah.
And then just lucked into some Deus Ex Machina bullshit.
Yeah.
And then our villain is like, oh, okay. Guess I'll die. Like, what was I literally, like, I'm in my element. I've got home field advantage. I have the element of surprise. I am, like, tactically, like, more intelligent than you. What do you mean you covered yourself in a bunch of live frogs? What am I supposed to do? What do you mean? Like, what? Okay, I guess I have to.
I literally mind controlled like 4 people to get you to here, and also stuck you in a zero gravity vacuum, which should like make your fucking mind boil and explode.
Oh,
but like, you fucking sure, dude, you fucking delivered the disc to a fucking carrier pigeon. Shit.
Oh god. Yep. Cool. What are you talking about? Somebody surely should be able to. Nope, you're all incompetent and have.
I only have control over every single gate, all the cameras, the feeds from the fucking phones, so I know exactly what you're talking about immediately. And I have literally infinite guards and infinite memory disks at my disposal, and the memory disks
so many that I have a junk pile. I have a junk pile of ones that I have deemed useless because I have so many good ones. Like, how do you have that many playables? How do you have enough playables that you can fill up a tractor tire with unplayable stands? Like, how many stands could possibly be like when you use the stand, you die?
So many playables. I just decided to throw away my Star Platinum.
Garbage. Fucking garbage. Nobody can use this shit anyway. Bye.
Sure, all 5 pieces of Exodia are really good together, but what are the chances I draw them in my deck?
Oh my god.
Fucking trash.
Fucking garbage, Dave. Oh my god. Oh man. Yu-Gi-Oh! Draft would be fucking in.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Draft would be. You colors me?
Yeah, but then how power picks that you determine what to pick. Like, which combo deck do you pick? Like, oh, my combo piece was sniped. Guess my deck doesn't function. Bye.
Well, no, Yu-Gi-Oh! Draft you would play like I used. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is the creator's intended. You actually calculate like life points and shit.
Oh.
When people lose, you send them to the shadow.
Oh man. Oh. Sorry, we started talking about a better anime. Yeah, oh man, I really unironically love
This is
the
my
part.
trash pile of powers that do unfathomable things. These were all worse than the one that like hurts people around you when you try to commit suicide.
Oh my god! You know what? No, I bet he grabbed that one out of the junk pile. He was like, I swear to God, I swear to Christ, somebody had a stand that I thought was absolutely fucking useless. What? Which one of these was? No, this is the one where anytime you write words, the words come off of the paper and like heat seek the nearest living creature and like curse them to remove all their body hair. No, this is the one where like you touch electronics and then you like get an image of what the last person that touched it had for dinner. This is it. This is the one where whenever you try to commit suicide, someone you've designated somehow, it like also be like is inflicted with the pain that you're inflicted on. I knew I had this one somewhere. It was in my junk pile. That explains it.
Right next to the one that creates a sphere in which that you are a complete and total god within, but no one's powerful enough to take the stand. So
Yep. Right next to the stand that allows you to remake reality in your image, but you die before when the disc gets put in your head. So also garbage.
Oh man.
Yeah,
I love Pale Snake and Pale Snake's ability.
What does it do? Also, why were they put to sleep and had a dream? Why did any of that happen? Whose ability was that? Is that Pale Snake's? How come he hasn't used that again? That seems pretty useful.
No, it was the sniper.
No, his ability is to shoot bullets.
Oh, yeah,
Remember?
that's right. His real thing was
Remember in the dream that was his stand, and then for some reason
in real life
it was also his stand.
And
like why? Why would you?
I forgot like the starting.
Oh yeah, remember that when it was like here's
And
a
then the
whole
entire
episode that is a fake. It was a dream. Oh, but some of it is real.
And also,
why?
like the room was melting. And like,
Yeah, remember?
the fuck was that ability?
Yeah.
Is that like another thing Pale Snake can do? His one stand ability?
Yeah. Stand users are only allowed to have one ability. A line that should never have been spoken in JoJo. Not because
Hair doesn't conduct harm.
Hair doesn't conduct common, which then later that season it definitely does.
I think it's next season it starts conducting harm, but like it definitely.
Oh yeah, hair doesn't conduct common, and then Joseph uses it to block or like fills his like strands of hair with Hamen and uses it to block an attack or something.
Yeah. And he like uses them like needles too, I think.
No, that's pasta. He throws pasta at what's his name's glass to make it like drain out onto something, I think. What is that? Caesar's. Yeah, remember when he first meets Caesar? He like hucks like paschetti like noodles at his drink.
No, and we're talking about.
Oh,
What's the not like Cars, AC/DC, and the other one? But
the different vampires from the first season?
No, from part 2.
Oh, at the very beginning of part 2.
Yeah.
That dude's
German engineering
is the greatest in the world.
is the greatest in the world. So that's
when he pulls out his hair and uses them, like fills it with Hamen to create like a barrier.
I thought he threw them like needles too.
Maybe.
Whatever.
Who's to say?
Whatever.
Who's to say? It's JoJo.
Moving on from the anime attack and on to the Mechanical Mishap. This is a story about why I woke up at like 7 a.m. today.
Yes. A story that I have no...
So, last week, I went into the mechanic. I was like, My car's got a light on. Pretty sure it's a problem with like the alignment or something to do with the tires. Got a wrench, and then it's got like the what looks like the frame on the wheels, but like top wheels are like turned a bit. And the guy told me that's probably a check engine. Like, no, it's not the check engine light. Different one. I explained it to him again. Like, yeah, it sounds like a check engine light. And I'm like, yeah, I guess it's a check engine light. He's like, can't get you in today, but pulls out his calculator, clickety clacks away on it.
Calculating in how many minutes he'll be free.
Yeah. Next Thursday at around 8 a.m. Stop by. We'll get you in.
Oh.
I come in today at 8 a.m. Bring my car in. You know. I'm like, hey, someone told me to make an appointment, and this is like my appointment. And then they're like, because he was like, yeah, set up an appointment, and I'll write you down and everything. Come in. Obviously, there's no appointment. Immediate first thing I noticed, I'm like, hey, yeah, I have an appointment, and they're like, oh, okay, like, what's your name and what car and all that stuff. Like, stuff last week, but you're writing it down for the first time, so I don't. I made an appointment. I feel like you're the first person to. But you know, what the fuck ever.
Yeah.
I fill out fucking paperwork, cross the T's, dot the I's, and then walk home. Like a 15-minute walk. It's a little cold out, but nothing too bad. Everybody else seemed to be asleep. Just, you know, walk home, listen to some music.
It's an arena.
How about walking?
Oh, while walking. I see.
Yeah. Just, you know, there's the new Younger Hunger thing on like YouTube Music. I'm like listening to that. I'm listening to the songs like "Pray for You" and like "Elmer." Those are like pretty okay. And then it goes into, you know, the old shit like what's it called? I don't know how, but You Found Me stuff from like their like newer album. I want to say new album, but it's like last 6 months I think it came out.
Sure.
Like Lights in the Sky I think was the one that was playing, and I was like, oh, I haven't heard this one in a while, and it's like a bop, you know. I was feeling like pretty cold, and like so an area I didn't expect to be cold. So I was wearing like 2 jackets, but my legs got like really cold. And I was like, this is a little weird. But like whatever. Seemed fine. I get home, play some arena, dippity dop, do all the stuff, and then, you know, get the call. They're like, hey, dog, we think we found the problem. It seems to be that there's like a engine oil problem. You're at like negative like 3 quart quarts of oil in your fucking thing. So you need to we like really need to put like oil in your car, or else like the engine's gonna light on fire. Also, your serpentine belt's like a little fucked. And I'm like, cool, we'll go. How much is it gonna cost? And they're like, oh, it's like $200. And I'm like, sounds good. Fucking go for it.
I have no other choice.
Damn. Well, I mean, you know,
not have a car is your other.
yeah. Isn't, you know, it's just an oil change, right?
Yeah.
And I imagine the belt was the thing that cost the most. I think it actually was. It was like $70 or something.
Yeah, 50, 56.
Yeah, and then like 27 to install it. So like $80 actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And you know, they top off all the stuff, and you know, going good. They call me back. They're like, it's ready, and I'm like, sick. I'm going to get my car. Look out the window. It's a fucking blizzard out there. Go see if anybody else is awake. Oh, seems they went to bed. Well, strap on my double jackets, get my boots in, and you know.
Do you have snow pants?
Nope. Just these jeans.
Just those jeans, huh?
Just these jeans. I thought about putting on a second pair of pants underneath the jeans, but it seemed like too much work. Instead, I just stopped at the Dollar Tree, walked around a little bit, warmed myself up halfway there. Anyways, walk, not actually too bad. It was like pretty fun. I get there, and then, they explained the ordeal to me. They turned the car on. They saw the check engine light. Bring the car in.
What was the check engine light?
Then, they realized it needed an oil change. Did the oil change thing. Saw the serpentine belt thing. They went for the serpentine belt. And then, but there's something else was going on. See, there's this weird, there was this light. That means, like, the four-wheel drive is fucked up. And the wrench, it's got, like, tires, and it's like, oh, they explained the symbol to me.
The frame, well, of the tires, but it looks like two of them are, like, tilted.
Yeah.
It's got a wrench next to it.
Yeah. And
I was told that's the check engine light.
And they're like, yeah. Did you know, like, that was... And I was like, yeah, that's literally the only reason I brought it in today. Please tell me you fucking fixed it.
I'm going to guess that they didn't.
No, they fucking did it. And they were like, yeah, the four-wheel drive seems all fucked up. I don't know what to do about it. But, we did check the code, and it did say that this is the thing that was wrong with it. And, like, you could bring it in next Thursday, and we'll like, fix it up for you,
What?
And I'm like, the fuck? No, I brought it in.
You should find a new place of business to do this.
Yeah.
Because this is insane. You have to... They're only open on Thursdays?
They charged me to diagnostic a light that they did, like, that wasn't even on.
The fuck?
They charged me for the diagnostics on the check engine light, but there wasn't a check engine light on.
Yeah, the only light that was on is the light that's still on.
It's the light that's still on.
Yes, okay. Wow. That's... Oh my god. Wow. Oh.
And then when they took the car for a test drive, they were like, oh yeah, the four-wheel drive is so fucked up. And then they didn't, like...
do anything about it.
They didn't think to, like, maybe call me and ask me, and I was like, yeah, I know the four-wheel drive is fucked up, that's why I brought it in! It's just when I try to explain the shit to you guys, you're the fucking dipshit who fucking wasn't paying attention and didn't want to do his fucking job last week. We're just like fucking was just fucking like, oh, it's the check engine light. So I just used the term that your other dude told me, and then you guys fucked me for it.
That's hyper upsetting.
It is the most upsetting thing in like the entire fucking. I am livid still.
Yeah, you should be. They fucked you.
What kind of scam are they running
like
here?
This is what Karen is for. Is this shit. Your last asshole told me that was the check engine light. So guess what I told you? It was the check engine light. He told me to make an appointment. Was there an appointment made? Did I have an appointment?
Because it didn't seem like I had an appointment.
It didn't seem like I had an appointment.
I watched you write down all of my information as I told it to you.
Yeah. Fuck you guys! That blows.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man.
It's fucking annoying for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Now I
guess
need
your
someone
four-wheel drive's just fucked for a week.
Yeah. Or you can take it somewhere else and be like, hey, I need a new encoder motor. Do you guys do that?
I would recommend downloading some podcasts and taking it into Les Schwab in there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of doing. Okay, guys. We
Break
are taking another break. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Friendship Dawn podcast. We've made an executive decision. We are now changing Skylar's dream to be part of the closing thoughts for today's episode.
Sorry for everybody who was excited enough. Ivan asked if it was like slam poetry. So, dream. At grandparents. Needs to turn on all lights. Doing small tasks. Gets rewarded with coins from dolls. At one point, lights flicker and a stuffed animal moves. Parents skeptical. Going to a mega popular concert at a football stadium. Artist is Tombstone. Dress hijinks. Dress hijinks. I think that means I was in a dress, but I can't. Not for sure. I have no memory of the dream.
Like a pretty fucking wicked dream. Like
Yeah,
part of,
I remember not liking it.
haunting on
It's just
Skylar's
the-
grandparents' house.
Haunting at
season.
grandparents' house.
Coming to you.
Okay, so I remember two things about this dream.
Yeah.
One is that my parents did not believe me that the stuffed animal moved.
Yeah.
They were like not on my side at all whatsoever.
Yeah.
The second thing I remember is that the artist was Tombstone, but not
Living Tombstone?
the living Tombstone. It was Tombstone, the artist. Who's that? I don't know. I don't know who that is. But I knew for sure it wasn't the living Tombstone because I remember having the thought, is it the living Tombstone? Being answered with no.
Oh. Interesting.
I don't know. It's so weird too. I don't know when I had that dream, why I wrote it down. Don't know the answers to those questions. Like,
Have I told you my incredibly weird one at like a water park?
no
Okay.
time.
Yeah, we got time.
Let's go.
Probably. I'll just go through real quick. Cross country practice. Meet at a water park. Start running. A mutual friend from our high school days. He was a senior when we were juniors, and he had like a group, and he was the charismatic one.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Driving a car with two more people from that friend group.
Nice.
Want me to hop in, cross country. I start driving the car.
Of course, naturally.
There's like wooden wheels on the ground, like a water thing going that way. Like a water thing pushing one way. The car is going the other way. So I'm like going like maybe 5 or 10 miles an hour and just like staying in place because the water is pushing the car backwards from the wooden wheels.
Yes, and you're going forwards in your vehicle on the water.
Yeah. Other person from that friend group, let's call him Jay. Outside the window, like, hey, you can go get food over there? Points at a shack. Go in, or, like, yeah, immediately, of course. Open up car, leave, or, falls off a waterfall or something, I don't know.
Car is gone from the scene.
car leaves scene.
Car exits the scene.
With all of the people that were in it. And Jay, just gone.
Yeah.
They've all disappeared as I come to the shack.
Well, they didn't go get food with you. They chose another path.
They chose another path. This shack? Pretty cool. It's fucking hopping. People inside the shack, like, doing performance art. With, like, tiki fire and all that stuff. Cool as fuck. Turns out, very popular YouTube personality is there, and this is a really big party for them. This YouTube personality, obviously, I guess you wouldn't really know. I only dated them for like 2 or 3 weeks, but like, not the ex before my current significant other. One before that.
I believe I remember talking about her You talking about her.
Yeah. Their twin sister
Is the famous YouTube personality.
is a famous YouTube personality.
Lot to unpack here.
Of course.
Of course.
Turn around. X, standing right there. What are the chances?
Ugh.
Awkward conversation unfolds. Don't remember any of the words.
Of course not. There probably were none.
Definitely words. Don't remember them. Mad because I'm not running. Fuck! I said.
You said his name, you fool!
I said the name of the cross country coach.
You even said his occupation!
Yeah.
Whatever, you're just gonna bleep it out.
Yeah.
I've already said something problematic that I shouldn't have.
Oh my god.
You're doing so good.
It was
And
so
then you
good. I could
fucking
seal
blew
it was just like in that moment, the face of the cross country coach,
Because-
and then like remembering him being like, because he's a crotchety old man with one arm. Literal story, literal fact.
Yes.
One-armed man. And he would like point at where we're supposed to be running and be like, "Where the fuck are you walking? No, what are you doing? Why are you walking? This is practice. You wouldn't fucking walk, or you wouldn't walk in a race, would you?" And all that stuff. I remember. Oh man, that cross country coach leads to a lot of good stories.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you heard the one he used to tell about how expensive his car was?
Oh. I don't think I've heard any of these stories about this man.
Oh, okay. He went to go buy his new car, and they told him it was going to cost him an arm and a leg. Luckily, he got it half off.
Oh my God. I'm upset.
Another one, and this is great. So, we've been
That-
split.
To be clear,
Yeah.
he told that story.
He tells that story to the cross country.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he thinks it's funny.
Because he thinks it's very funny.
I hate it.
Another story. We're told to split off into our own groups, right? Everyone's got their clique, right? There's like a junior in our group. We're like, there's a couple freshmen with us, and there's like a couple sophomores with us.
Yeah.
And the junior, obviously, leader of the group. You know, He's like kind of quirky. He's like 7th person on varsity, which is the lowest slot on varsity, other than alternates, of course.
What? I know this.
Maybe.
I probably
Yeah.
met them at some point because
You probably
it
met
was a
them at
small
some-
school.
Yeah, because it was a small school. Anyways, we're running, and then, of course, the leader was told a route by the cross country coach. So we're doing the running, and then at just a random point, the junior just decides, I want to turn and go on down a different path. No reason, completely spontaneous.
Yeah.
Just takes a right, starts running that way. Everyone else is like, what's going on? Yeah, okay, follow them, I guess.
Yeah.
They're on varsity, they know what they're doing. We're like maybe, because it's like a change in road, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're like maybe half a block like down this road. And we're behind us, the coach's car just comes like right up, like down into the intersection we just turned off of. And he's like, "Hey, where are you guys going? What's happening?" And Junior just starts laughing and turns around.
No. What an asshole! Oh my God. The junior knew that this would transpire, and it was like, okay, guys, let's go.
It was so weird because nobody could see the coach from like there. But then, like, as soon as we turn, it's like he fucking sensed
Like
it.
Need for Speed, like
And then
pulls the e-brake, drifts through the like intersection. Is like opens up his window with the fucking like mega horn. What do you think you're doing?
It was just
Like
fucking
the
great.
grim specter of death coming to take your souls.
Yes. Anyways, seems like we're reaching the friendship dusk part of the podcast.
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Well, you don't think this is it?
I thought we were going to be talking about Dreams and Done, and then you were like, I gotta talk about this dude whose name must not be mentioned.
Name must not be mentioned. Anyways. Thank you all for tuning in. Have a wonderful week. We'll see you next time on the Friendship Dawn podcast. We should get like outro music to like play.
Just get like uncopyrighted elevator music.
Copyrighted elevator. I'm
Ba-da-ba-ba.
pretty sure that one's copyrighted.